Love did not arrive suddenly for Mei and you. Long, it did not rush in with promises or dramatic moments. Instead, it waited patiently, revealing itself slowly. Until one quiet day, they both realized that love was no longer something happening to them. It was something they were choosing. The morning was calm, wrapped in soft light. Mei stood by the window, watching the city wake up below. She had spent much of her life letting circumstances decide her path, letting emotions rise and fall without direction. Now she felt a stillness inside her, a clarity she had never known before. Yu Long joined her quietly. He did not interrupt her thoughts. He never did. He simply stood beside her, close enough to be felt, not so close that it overwhelmed her. She noticed the familiar warmth of his presence and smiled faintly. I used to think love was something that just happened, Mei said. Something beyond control. Yu Long nodded slowly. I thought the same. That it was unpredictable. That it arrived when it wanted and left just as easily. She turned to face him. But this feels different. Yu Long met her gaze, his eyes calm and sincere. Because now it's a choice. They walked together later that day through quiet streets, their steps naturally matching. Mei reflected on all the moments that led them here. The doubts, the pauses, the times they pulled back instead of rushing forward. She realized now that those moments were not weaknesses. They were care. Choosing love meant choosing patience, choosing honesty, choosing to stay even when fear suggested retreat. Yu Long spoke gently as they walked. I choose to be here, not because I need to be, but because I want to. Mei felt something settle deeply within her. She thought of the version of herself who once believed love required sacrifice of self. That version had slowly faded, replaced by someone stronger and more certain. I choose this too, she said. I choose us. They stopped beneath a quiet tree, leaves moving softly in the breeze. No one else was around. There was no audience for their words, and that made the moment feel more real. Yu Long reached out, not to hold her, but to rest his hand lightly against hers. It was a simple gesture, filled with intention. Mei welcomed it, feeling the warmth spread gently through her. As evening came, they returned home together. The sky deepened into warm shades of blue and gold. Mei realized that love, when chosen, felt steady. It did not demand or consume. It supported and strengthened. That night, sitting side by side in comfortable silence, Mei understood something important. Love was no longer a question she was trying to answer. It was a decision she was living. Yu Long felt it too. He did not need to say it again. The choice was clear in the way they stayed, in the way they listened, in the way they allowed each other to remain whole. When love becomes a choice, it is no longer fragile. It becomes intentional. And in that intention, Mei and Yu Long found something lasting, something calm, and something true.